All right, so let's just settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture. And having both feet flat on the floor, about a hip's width apart, unless, of course, you're sitting in a cross-legged position. If your legs are down, you're sitting at your desk, just have them parallel. This just stops you from crossing your legs over. And just feel the weight of your feet on the floor and the sensation of the soles of the feet on the floor or in your slippers or however, whatever you're wearing. Then you'll notice the backs of your legs on your chair and your hands in your lap. And then just feel the weight of your pelvis and your sit spines in the chair. And have your hands in your lap. It can be in the meditation mudra, with the right hand nestled into the left with the thumbs touching. And align your shoulders with your hips and your ears as best you can. Just kind of lengthen your head and then just kind of glide it back. So your ears are in line with your shoulder. And then you have a nice aligned body, makes it a lot easier for you to breathe, for the energy to flow, and for the blood to flow. This all contributes to you having better concentration. And just just imagine you have this beautiful string of pearls of light from the base of the spine all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. And then just go to the crown of the head and just notice if you are feeling any sensations there. Pressure, tingling, something like that. And then just relax the scalp and the forehead and the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, and the mouth, and the back of the tongue and the jaw, and the temples and the ear. Relax your ears, your inner ears. And relax the back of the head and just put a little bit of length in your neck. Not too much so your chin is down, but just so you release some of the tension at the base of the occipital bone. And allow your shoulders and shoulder blades just to relax, to drop down. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly and all of your limbs. And bring your attention to the sensations of the breath as you inhale and exhale. The nostrils, and notice the sensations of the air as you're breathing in and out. And then maybe bring your attention down to the chest cavity, the whole of the thoracic area as you inhale and exhale. As it expands and contracts. The lungs and the ribs expand 360 degrees. So breathing into the back of the chair, whatever is supporting your back. Then you might want to notice the belly, the rising and the falling of the abdomen. Just bring your attention to any potential sounds or any sounds. Just allowing the sound to be there, trying not to follow it with the mind. And then just check in with your mind this evening. Just what's in there? What are you thinking? What are you feeling? Just pay attention to your mind. Try not to judge or have opinions about what's there. Just be objective about what you see, what you feel. Just allowing all the thoughts to bubble up, to abide, and then just to release. And then bring to mind some people of your life. So bring to mind your loved ones. These people are so dear to us, and the strangers, the ones you pass on the highway, the ones you just kind of meet briefly in the store and don't really think about again. And then the ones you don't really like very much. And just remembering that these relationships are interchangeable. They probably won't ever stay the same. But despite how you feel about anyone at any particular time, they are the same in three ways: that they want to be happy and they don't want to suffer, and they all have this extraordinary capacity for a Buddha mind. So we think we'll do this practice of Vajrasattva this evening for all these people of our life, and thinking particularly of Lu as he's progressing through his dissolution. Right there in the next room from Coral. So he's with us. And you don't know, he might be able to somehow perceive us in some way, sending out all these prayers to him, all this mantra. So mantra means mind protection. That's a translation into English. Mind protection. And it has a profound effect on the subtle body when we chant with Sanskrit. So let's start our Vajrasattva practice. So we think there is no negativity that can't be purified. And this purification process is basically a psychological one. We create negativity with our mind, so equally we can change it by creating positivity instead. And we start with the power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all of our past lives. And think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. We experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And so having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And so it just sort of logically, it makes sense that we'd want to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering. So we think, I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, and having broken my vows, because I do not want their future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And then we regret all the anger and the attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others, and then think, I'm sick of this suffering. And then we think, well, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So then we come to this power of reliance. So we turn to the Buddha, who we see as a doctor, who has these methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we need Buddha to forgive us necessarily, or we want him to. We are purifying ourselves by relying upon his medicine. So you imagine Vajrasattva above the crown of your head. You can also imagine This is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus on a moon cushion. And he has a beautiful, radiant face, and his eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. And his arms are crossed at his heart. The left is underneath the right. The left holds a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And when they're crossed like that, it represents enlightenment, infinite wisdom, infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. And so then we have a little section on developing compassion. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings we've harmed, those who have harmed us. Have a strong wish for them to be free from suffering. Then we come to the power of remedy, and this is the actual practice of the purification, using mantra and visualization. And we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, light coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimbiyata Sawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimbi yatsa sawa kamasita me, Sitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Jida meboa, Sitokaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimbi yatsa sawa kamasita me, Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimbi yatsa sawa kamasita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimbi yatsa sawa kamasita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimbi yatsa sawa kamasita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe, Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Jida meboa, Situkaya meboa, Sipokaya meboa, Anarakta meboa, Sawasidi mimbi yatsa sawa kamasita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think that there's no way you could do anything other than benefit others now with your body. And next is the purification of our speech, and Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and quite forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body, all the negativity of your speech, and this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking about people behind their backs, getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra again. Om Vajrasapha Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasapha Dina Patita Jida Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpiyata Sawa Kama Sitame Sitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasapha Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasapha Dina Patita Jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anurakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame, sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya vajrasapha dina patita, jida meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified, and imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others with your speech, even yourself, even the things you write, put on social media, photographs, posting, anything. And next is the mind, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. This arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So you imagine all the attachment and neediness and anger and depression and resentment, jealousy, bitterness, grudges, all instantly dispelled by this light from Vajrasattva's heart hitting your heart chakra. Om Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya Vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Om Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya Vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya Vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitame. Sitam shriyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum pe. Vajrasapha samayam manupalaya Vajrasapha dina patita. Jida meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa. Anurakta me boa sabasidi me piyata sawa kama sita me. Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sabasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dita Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think that there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. And now is the purification of the imprints of negativity of our body, speech, and mind. So you imagine that Vajrasattva sends nectar, and it pours into you and pushes out all the negativity of the speech. And then the nectar flows up again, pushing out all the negativity of, the first one, pushing out all the negativity of the body, pushing downwards, then pushing upwards all the negativity of the speech. And then the light comes and just blasts all the delusions. So in this way, we're eradicating even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your consciousness. Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimbi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimbi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Sitokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. So now feel you're completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. And now we come to this power of resolve, and this is the fourth and final step in the purification process, and it's a really crucial one. And this is this determination to refrain from harming with our body and our speech and our mind. So without this, we're just going to keep doing the same old things over and over again, following the same old habits. So think, want to decide, oh, I don't want to hurt others. I want to refrain from harming others. So we have to decide that first. Then we make a plan, and one little plan could be start by thinking of something you'd like to refrain from doing. Just think about it. Maybe stop and think about it a couple of times tomorrow. Then it becomes a part of an aspiration, a wish, and you will achieve it. So Vajrasattva, imagine, delighted with us, wants to merge with your mind, melts into white light, and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. So next, Lama Zopa Rinpoche would recommend to meditate a little bit on emptiness. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So whatever you understand about emptiness, even if you've only just heard the word, just place your mind there for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So let's just do our chanting the names of Manjushri. With full awareness of phenomena, in but an instant, as the wisest sage, with vivid realization of all dharmas, he is a sage, the greatest intellect, the vanquisher of hosts of evil spirits. Unwavering, completely pure in nature, grasping at the wakefulness of perfect Buddhas, the direct realization of all Buddhas, he is the flame of wisdom, luminous. 9. The wisdom of equality, the great fulfiller of desired aims, the purifier of all evil states, the greatest of all evil living beings, protector, the earnest liberator of all creatures. Okay, everybody, let's just have a strong wish for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to live long, for the swift return of our precious Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and for all of your own individual teachers to live long. All right, everybody, lots of love. Take care. Coral, lots of love coming towards you and your house, and to Lou, and we will see you tomorrow. All right. Thanks, everyone. Good night.